Hello, folks. My name is Detroit Miracle. Yes, indeed. Right now, I am here to talk about some Star Wars material. Yes, indeed, folks. Specifically, I am here to talk about the Imperials of the Empire. Some would wonder why that many people would join a galactic wide, terrifying, cruel, corrupt empire. Like some might say that, oh, that many evil people rushed to the empire to join it because it was evil. But that isn't necessarily so because those imperial soldiers and troops have families. I mean, those after the clones, when they stop using clones, but they start using other people throughout the galaxy. Those people would have families too, aspirations, interests. So why would they openly, admittedly join something that evil and corruptive? And then I thought about that and I'm saying, wait a minute, Palpatine is a manipulative master of that. So he made the people think that his order and his regime was set to protect the galaxy, read out or root out corruption politically or otherwise. And it will keep the galaxy or keep their empire strong in a galaxy with so much of it being unknown because they had unknown regions of space, hidden planets. So there was no telling what threats were out there. So Palpatine was selling officials on that the guy with the biggest gun can preserve his very way of living and society. So that's why the Empire supported him too with his massive building projects. Because of that, because he emphasized on the significance of having something terrifying, incredibly enormous of a space station which could travel around and destroy planets. And I think they could have pursued that to a greater extent. They could have gave the Death Star his own series, specifically centered around the building project of the Death Star itself and construction times and like that. I think that would have made a cool series. And the Empire, of course, believed that they were building a bigger gun to fight off evil and corruption. So Palpatine was manipulative that way. If he manipulated Jedis and senators, then why wouldn't he manipulate the whole population of persons throughout the galaxy? They said he even made the people in population think that the Jedi were evil, but those that really knew the Jedi encountered them and were by them when the Jedis did selfless acts, knew the truth and that the Jedi were not evil. Yeah, but that is another story. So right now, again, when I spoke on the Imperials of the Empire, I mean, what about their personal lives in a way? What about their off time in a way? What is their extravagances in life that they have achieved, obtained? Do they want more out of life? Like, it would be cool to see one of Vader's high up authority figures have a conversation with their wives at home. And the wives would be talking about the conditions of, hey, you're never home, you're always away. So you're supposedly Darth Vader's best general, and he has many generals. So why do you have to be his best? And then the general looks up to him. He was like, I've seen him kill so many generals, colonels, admirals that I lost count. And those people had failed Lord Vader. They were inadequate and they were incompetent in their duties. So he rid them of their very lifespan at that moment. So I'm not going to be a clut duck or a mess up. It'd be the next one to go down. Yeah, that would be cool if they had explored that. Like if they should do a series on Imperial personal lives. It could be a series. The series could center in on four persons' lives. Like it shows the conditions of them, how they live, and then when they come together, like in one facility, like it's like you know them on a real tip as far as their real lives outside of work. Because, yeah, imperial officials are working too. They get paid. It's not a complete slave order, the empire that is. It isn't, because they pay their military officials, they pay their soldiers, apparently. They get some form of credits. And they say that the generals, admirals, colonels, and etc. live very well because their general pay, their admiral pay, their colonel pay, their captain pay, and whatever is on the same level as like a military official in an American established military. They say the pay is on par with that. So we know that they do very well as far as work-related stuff, those Imperials do. But how do they spend the money? Like, how lavish is their lifestyle? Do they have like custom speeder bikes? Do they have custom flying cars? Do they have big estates? Do they live in like apartment structures on Coruscant? Like you want to know things like that on their personal tip as far as what they do in terms of that. And like I said, the true shock of it regarding the Imperials are that they've been manipulated into following an evil regime based on propaganda, mistruths, and complete lies from Palpatine. Yeah, so that's the gag of it. Yeah, maybe all of it isn't. Anyway, well, folks, thanks for hanging out with me. And I'd appreciate it if you would give me those likes, comments, and please subscribe to me, Detroit Miracle.